So this cymbal is a 20-inch cymbal and gong Holy Grail ride, Turkish style, and 1,832 grams, named Woodrow, this individual cymbal. I give them all names. So this one's Woodrow, and I have not hit it in a while, so I'm going to play it for a minute and then talk about it. These cymbals generally, the 20-inch ones will vary between, some of them are lighter and get a fuller sound, a little bit washier, and some of them are maybe the heavier ones will be a little bit stiffer and with a little bit with more definition, a drier sound. I've got one of each of those. I've got a 20-inch pretty dry one, and then a 20-inch more open sounding one. Use them both together sometimes. So I'll hit this one and we'll see what we've got with it, and then talk about it a little more in a minute. So yeah, that's Woodrow, 1,832 grams, cymbal and gong, Holy Grail, Turkish style, 20-inch ride. And yeah, it's a little bit, this one is one of the, on the stiffer side, on the heavier side of their jazz rides, which is still not heavy, but it's just a, they do much lighter ones, and they do some a little bit heavier ones, and this is on the heavier end, 1850. That's normal for most companies. I think that's in there right in the middle of their jazz ride range. So it's a little bit stiffer. Crash is a slower, wider crash sound on it. Overall, though, it's a mellow sound. We expect with a stiffer, heavier-ish cymbal that we might get a little bit of a more of a metallic quality or an over dry quality, and that's not the case here. It's a mellow, warm sound that's reasonably complex, but just with that extra little bit of focus that comes with having a little bit more tension in the metal, which is what's usually what we mean by stiff. When a cymbal is a little bit stiffer, they've worked it a little bit more, there's a bit more tension in the metal, so it just handles a little bit more, it's a little more focused, I guess you could say. So this would make a good main cymbal for it, especially I think for someone who didn't want to be too loud, too forcefully loud. I like the main cymbal in a setup to have a little bit of weight to it. It should kind of be the strongest sounding cymbal, and then we can have for the other cymbals lighter sounds, more washier sounds. Maybe with this I would pick a lighter weight 22, and have that be the accompanying cymbal, along with I'd be using my 17 along with it on the left. But yeah, the Holy Grails get a little bit. We have Cymbal and Gong has some other items that are a little bit hotter, just because for whatever reason people get attracted to things. When I give something a name like Extra Special Janavar, the Midnight Lamp series are popular. But the regular Holy Grails can be a little bit of a dark horse sometimes, just because they're so good and such good normal jazz cymbals that it's you could think there's not anything special about them, but in fact there is. It's very special to be able to find a cymbal like this and have it, a jazz cymbal like this. It's not over-the-top complexity, over-the-top darkness or anything, but it just happens to be, all of them happen to function really well as musical instruments. And, all my other hi-hats, my crashes are all Holy Grails. I've got two other Holy Grail 20s that I'll trade off occasionally. They're it's a little bit of a quieter cymbal as far as the wow factor, if we want to talk that way, but as musical instruments they're fantastic. So I would encourage anyone to get one of these. They are anyone playing jazz, anyone playing any acoustic music where a soft, warm, traditional sound is needed that blends with acoustic instruments. These are the ones. So yeah, Woodrow, 1,850 grams, slightly stiffer example of that model. And it's excellent. It's just a clean, straightforward version of this cymbal. I think it's great. So you can reach me at cymbalistic.com or get at me through WhatsApp via Cruise Ship Drummer. There's a WhatsApp link. Hit that. Ask me about Woodrow or any other cymbal we've got.